This is the New Normal Podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the New Normal Podcast. You know, I am your favorite.
That's just my baby daddy.
Who that is? Yes, I am. I just love, I love when they start dancing because it's like
background dancer.
Y'all all my
baby daddy. I'm the background dancer.
I just gotta just grab the mic, just be like, yeah. But yes, I am your favorite baby daddy. I am Easy. I'm here alone with my crew. You know, to the left of me is sometimes Food Bay. You know, sometimes
I'm always Food Bay. Just because I don't feed y'all.
Yeah. But we the most important people here. Like,
you guys are very important. I will put you know what? I ain't even gonna rank it.
And niggas are still starving.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna rank it.
Still starving.
But I love you.
But you know, this is our goddess. But you know, sometimes Food bad.
I look like Bay.
Hey,
I look like Bay.
Yes, that's Goddess Janelle, everybody. Goddess Janelle.
peace and love, finger snaps.
Yeah.
You don't. I've noticed that too in the last video. You have to finger snap with us. Like you.
I mean, it's the whole vibe, you know.
What are you doing?
You know.
I mean, I guess.
In my head, I'm finger snapping and shit.
Mm-hmm.
No,
It's cool though.
We gonna talk about this New Normal After Dark.
But to the left of her, you know, is our social butterfly. You know, she took the hair out of everybody.
Yes,
you know,
give me out some natural
she all natural. Miss Sophie over here. Hey. Yes, Miss Sophie. And all the way over there, you know, he's kind of hurt from the finals. Everybody, you know.
Y'all see the hat, man.
You know, it is what it is. You know, but it's our number one shot call over here.
Shot call, with the baller. Shot call, like a top.
Oh, you know, I should make it a little bit longer, but we not trying to have.
They get the point.
We not trying to have the YouTube police shut us down.
Right.
Again. But you know, we're gonna have to start off.
Do our toast
for the evening. You know,
shit, I ain't got no
it's alright. I welcome some everybody. Yeah.
Clink bop. I don't know what does a plastic cup sound make.
But you know what though? You know, I'm gonna do a little disclaimer for myself real quick. You know, I just wanna do a little bit of a disclaimer. I am on a little bit of an edible here, everybody. So if shit goes left,
y'all know why.
Yeah.
The Granddaddy Perp. Y'all know the Granddaddy Perp. The shit classic. All my smokers out there. Y'all know the shit.
For all
Sophie take over the switchboard.
If anything, he might just start dropping random names. He gonna give like 10.
You hit the wrong button.
Not only that, he turned off my mic.
I turned up your mic. But I'll say this though, you know, right now I'm feeling good. You know, once I took that little sip, I feel like that just really activated the shit.
You got some drinking.
Cookies is a motherfucker, yo.
Yeah.
California, man.
But anyway, this is gonna be an interesting topic for tonight. You know, I feel like this is actually a topic. You know, Sean, you kind of brought up to our attention, which you know, all these clout chasers in the world.
Yeah,
you know,
shit is fucked up.
Yeah, so
crazy.
Like, what do you think that brought on the clout culture like right now? Because I feel like it's at the highest right now.
Definitely social media.
Right.
Social media kicked it off. Because we gotta understand, like back in the day, the people who we looked up to, even look up to now, or like people who look up to now, you know, they were chosen back in the day. You know, they got a break from somebody. So i.e. the Michael Jacksons and the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's and the DMX's and the, you know, those people were like given an opportunity, were chosen like, yo, you got something that's different from everybody else and you're about to
Facts.
be something, you know, we about to be something serious. So nowadays it's different because social media allows for just anybody to become a mini icon at this point.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Icon of the moment.
yeah, you could be a little, just there's a whole bunch of mini icons running around, and you don't even have to have talent, honestly.
Facts.
So at this point, you develop, you gain followers, and now you become an influencer. And if you're not responsible with that role, then you can fuck up the flow of things.
Yeah. I feel like also, like you said, with being chosen and the social media, I feel like I agree. Back in the day, like a lot of them, they were chosen. People actually like had to go to showcases. They had to do this and that to be noticed. And I feel like with people nowadays, you could do like the dumbest thing on social media. Yeah. All you need is that one dumb video to get you like to millions and thousands of views. Yep. That compared to actually having to work for your fame, you have people that, I guess, tripped into fame, right? Because they did something.
I want to say that like completely. I want to say that completely because like you got to look at it like this too. Technology has changed, right? So let's look at the broad picture right now, right? So you remember like back in the day, right? We all had different type of like styles, right? So Cali had a style, New York had a style, the South had a style, right? And we all kind of conformed with what area we were in was the style that we was gonna be like kind of wearing and stuff
trendy and keep going.
Yeah, so with technology now, it brought everybody together, right? We're all one big
bowl of fucking whatever. Yeah.
Cali style is in Jersey. New York style is in Texas. So we're all, that's what social media kind of brought together. So when you're looking at it from the music aspect of it, it's like they, that's their showcase. They don't have to cuz let's be real, like how many real like club wise, right? Let's look at it right now. Like even in Jersey and New York, how many real clubs are really out there still? They're nothing but lounges, restaurants. Like we don't have those things anymore. We don't have the underground spots. We're not doing these like they do these showcases, but
so are you saying that for people nowadays it's harder for them to get noticed, to get chosen like it was back in the day?
No, it's easier to get noticed.
But if they was going about it the same way that they did back in the day, it would be harder for them
that's
now.
not no. They can't. You can't go about it the same way. You can't go about it like stand outside of Def Jam Records and have your demo CDs and be like yo look, I'm nice. Like listen to me. Like give me a chance. Give me a break.
But they also not doing that because like look at how. Let's look at Soldier Boy, right? Yeah. Let's look at how he did it. Mm-hmm. He was the first YouTube, Mm-hmm. So now everybody, instead of even like I'll bring it back to sports. A lot of scouts, they don't go to schools anymore. Like unless you're like the big name athlete, they're not going to school. They're looking online. They're looking at Rivals. They're looking at all these different sites, websites, because it's easier. YouTube, it's easier just to go on there. It's less expensive just to do that. So why wouldn't I, just look on YouTube, look on whatever site that you're putting up? Because if you're standing outside of Def Jam with a CD, who got a fucking CD anymore?
It's a different time, right? It's a complete different time. It's a complete different time. You will
have to stand outside because I remember one time I went to go do gas and some dude pulled up at my window at the gas station like, hey, look, I'm an up and coming artist. I want you to check out my video.
I would look at him
YouTube.
Damn.
But honestly, that's exactly why I'm like, you're at a gas station.
Yo, what is that? The Twilight Zone? What is that?
Because because like let's be real. Like Who has a CD player in their
Yeah,
car?
nobody's
Like,
doing that.
if you gotta,
but the thing is,
Well,
he
said
like
go to
he
No, at this
He-
point
he
it's like,
went
yo, you got
straight to
Tidal, you
YouTube.
got
Go to
Apple Music, you
YouTube.
got whatever. Yo, my song is on all these platforms, so just like, yo, can you give me a click? Like, listen to me real quick.
Yeah.
Now it's not, you know what I mean? It's not as straightforward. It's not pop the CD in.
So what he did was like he didn't even care if I listened. He was like, "Can you just like play the video? If you want to listen to it, you can listen to it. But if not, just let it run on your phone while you're driving or something, just so he can have that view.
Yeah.
Right.
Just so he can have
Right.
that mark on the bottom that says
Somebody
this many
viewed-
people viewed it.
Right.
When in actuality, it really probably wasn't. He probably just went around to people's like, just play it
Just
in the
play it.
background. You
Yeah,
ain't even gotta
yeah.
listen to the song. You ain't even gotta do
You don't
none
even
of
got,
that.
you don't got like it or nothing.
on a
Just-
side note, please like and subscribe.
Yes,
Right. You should listen.
like, subscribe,
Indeed.
and share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the whole thing with the clout chasing is the way that the world is now.
Yeah.
Because with a digitalized world, context is being created. Not necessarily content is being created, but it's more so the context that's being created and being pushed. The shit that's going viral is probably the weirdest shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's true.
It's not the noble shit. It's not the shit that you probably. I mean, some of it is, but it's not really. It's the killing.
Yeah.
It's the
yeah.
killing. And now we're looking at people. The whole thing is social media has taken censorship out of the equation. You feel me? So, like, for example, back in the day, you probably wouldn't see somebody getting their fucking head cut off. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't see somebody getting shot at a store, or like an old woman getting mugged and like robbed or like stabbed or some weird shit.
So the guy that defaced Nipsey Hussle's memorial,
Yeah, Indian
and how-
Red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and how
Right,
legit
exactly.
That
his
got
killing
killed
was,
in
was
live.
live on
Exactly.
Instagram.
That wouldn't happen. That was not going to happen 20 years ago.
But 20 years ago, we dn't have Instagram. 20
that's
years
my
ago, we
point.
didn't have
That's the point.
The social media.
That's
so
the point. That's the point, though, because look, you could be on Facebook or some shit right now, or maybe even Instagram. I don't know. They censor certain shit. They censor what the fuck they want to censor. At the end of the day, they run shit though.
Yeah.
And the context is being created by them. So, at the end of the day, you might be on the right page, the wrong page, whatever you want to call it. You scroll down on Facebook and you see a motherfucker really getting their head chopped off, or like
But
Twitter. You can see porn on Twitter. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you
Like,
can.
you could dead ass watch porn on Twitter.
You can.
There's no censorship. It's like anybody post
Sophie's
whatever
like,
they want
yeah,
to post.
you can.
No, because like
Yeah, because
people, and then not only can you see it, like people would sit there and retweet it. Like you could retweet or you could like it,
Right.
but it still pops up on other people's timeline that you liked it.
Are you upset
Right.
about that?
I'm not upset, but it's like if you want to do you want to do it, but just be mindful that other people see that this is what you're liking. So if you
like porn,
don't
you like
care,
porn.
but that's the thing. Like if you don't
that's
care,
fine.
if you don't care, people knowing like and
That's
and
cool.
retweet it,
No.
it's cool.
That's cool.
But I don't
But
want
at
to
the same time, guess what? There's people that don't want to see that shit. There might be, you got a son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there might be somebody who you might not want to seeing this shit. Like I mean, there's
I feel you. I
But
feel
to
you.
go back to the topic, I feel like, but even in doing that, you can use those retweets to promote your music. Now, like,
right.
say,
It's a double-edged sword. The whole thing is a double-edged sword.
So with social media and tying it into people clout chasing and making it easier for them to go back to the whole Soulja Boy thing, like he never had to stand outside Def Jam Records to promote, even if
Right.
it was his own page, because all Def Jam had to do was just go on YouTube and see
that he's popping.
And nowadays you don't even gotta search. If it's a really high viewed video, the moment you enter YouTube, it's gonna be, especially back in the day, that's how they used to do it. If it's the most viewed, they're gonna put it as soon as you click on YouTube, you hit .com and hit enter, the most
screen.
popular video is gonna be
Right.
the one right there in your face. So a lot of the time they didn't even have to go searching for it. They just had to open up YouTube, and most of these people have kids. Whatever their kids is listening to, they'd be like, what's playing in your room? oh, who's that? And then like just like that, you get discovered. Why back?
No, that's facts. And just putting it out there, like we're not making this thing a full negative, like the whole social media thing, and it's a double-edged sword. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like this is a great way.
definitely.
This is a great way for artists to become independent and do it the way they want to do it, and not have have that whole slave mentality, you know what I'm saying, that happens with labels. You feel me? Like this is a way for a label to come to you instead of you having to. The whole thing is you're not sitting outside of Def Jam like, yo, give me a chance.
Trying to hustle.
Now the labels are looking at you like, wait, you're popping. Do you want to come on board? And then you have the opportunity to be like, yeah or no. Like I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got a question for you though. I got a question for you. So comparing, we're talking about new school, old school, right? So if you're looking at new school and old school rap, like how do you feel that, because there was clout chasers back in the day as well. So like
right.
let's be.
Okay.
It was just a different. It was just a different way
right.
of doing it because you got your MC Hammers, you got your Vanilla Ices, you got all them niggas.
The Tony.
Exactly.
They wasn't hip hop, but y'all was fakes.
And look at right now, like the chick from Jersey,
Corey something.
Yeah, whatever. Quote. No. Yeah. Benzino's
There
daughter.
you go, Benzino's daughter.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I know you know what song I was.
No more parties. I play a little bit of snippet. Y'all niggas better shh on YouTube.
This video can take it down
because we're not trying to get it. That's all
to go
it is.
into what you were saying, I feel like when it comes to like, because there were some clout chasers back in the day, but I feel like it's harder for them to prove that they were clout chasing because you didn't have social media to call people out. You didn't have like all these other ways to be able to prove that person wrong. I feel like nowadays, why there's so many clout chasers, I feel like these kids, like, they feel like they need to prove themselves to the OGs, especially because there were a lot of OGs calling out these younger rappers saying, oh, y'all rapping about these things, but y'all don't know nothing about it. Y'all rapping about this lifestyle and y'all not even living. So I feel like a lot of rappers nowadays, they now have to prove themselves in a way that they didn't have to prove themselves back in the day.
I feel like you're wrong on that one.
Yeah,
I feel like you're wrong.
Say they had to prove themselves a lot more, right?
Yeah, back in the
Yeah.
day.
Okay, all right. Well, I think over here is going to be a versus over there because I ain't going to lie. I agree. I do agree with you, Sophie, on this. I agree with you, Sophie, on this. So
I feel like it's if you're back in the day, if you're proving it, you're only proving it to this circle of people because that's who's able to see what you're doing.
No, like hold on. Look
I
at.
want her to finish her thought though.
Okay, I'll let you talk.
In social media nowadays, you don't even have to be around people to prove something. If I need proof I'm a gangster and I need to take somebody out, all I have to do is videotape myself, and millions and thousands of people are now gonna see it within minutes.
Yeah, but that's you being stupid and showing what you're doing, and then you're gonna get locked up.
But guess what? Nobody gives a fuck because they care about
they want
that
the credibility
more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so okay, Janelle, please. I need to hear you.
We all gonna talk. Go ahead.
I need to hear you, Janelle.
Yeah.
No, what I was gonna say is like I think it was a lot harder to gain clout back then. You know what I mean? Just because and then was it really clout? Because in the beginning, you were chosen by someone who is considered to be capable of vouching for a person, right? So is that really clout? Is that really you? Is that really? I think if anything,
it makes you disagree a little bit. It's gimmicky. That's what it was. It was gimmicky because, like, look at all the rappers that there's gangsta rappers that weren't gangsta,
right.
but they seem gangsta. They act like they was gangsta, but they weren't gangsta, and they bought their crew. So to me, that was clout chasing. To me, that was being a gimmick. You're being a label whore. You're doing all these things because they feel like they can advertise you. That's what a lot of women rappers now, even though I know this is completely off the subject, but I look at women rappers right now. I'd rather listen to a woman rapper right now than a male rapper. They're songs are a lot better than the males right now. And that's for the first time I could ever say, but it is what it is. You could disagree with me, but I feel like right now the women are definitely killing it. But
they're influencing a lot more.
Yeah.
They're more influencing than the niggas.
Well, I say it's an abundance of them now, right? More than we've ever seen before. So, and then
I want to say more, but it brings back the 90s vibe, because back in the 90s we had a lot of female rappers.
Right. Okay. It brings back the early 90s.
But going back to the clout chasing, I feel like it's a different time, and with a different time, there's a different ability. The only thing that I say about everybody else is that, we don't see the struggle anymore, right? So like back in the day, if you grew up in New York, you knew this is the concrete jungle. Mm-hmm. You was from the nit and gritty, because unless you living in upstate, there was no real nice parts in New York. Like regardless of where you was at, you was in the gutter. Unless you was in Manhattan. So
who can afford that?
Nobody can afford that right now. Shit, nobody could afford it back then, and they can't afford it now. So I'm looking at it right now that with how we kind of social media kind of even the playing field in a sense, right? Everybody could be a rapper regardless of like where you're at. Now people still pretend, but it gave you an easier way in and a way of like you guys were saying, just getting your crew to follow, and then getting everybody else to follow that to gain your follows. The problem, like I feel like you're having and everybody else is having, is like once you get to that following stage, like why do you go left? Right? Like once you get to that, like once you get to the like quote unquote top, why do you, instead of being just, for instance, Ian from Piscataway, all of a sudden I become Easy from, Newark, 18th Ave. Like, no, like that. How does that,
So, all right. How about we bring it back to let's bring it back to the base of clout chasing, right? So we're going to bring it back to the base of clout chasing. So back in the day, everything wasn't visible to everybody.
Yeah.
Right? So whatever you did on the streets, your name rang bells the way they rang the bells, you feel me? Because of whatever you've done or you're doing or whatever. And you're not putting that out to the public. People know if you a real nigga because of whatever the fuck you did or whatever you're doing, right?
Some people did though.
Some people did. But at the end of the day, the people that don't know, you're being portrayed as this person anyway. You're chosen. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas probably thought DMX had bodies galore. Whether you know what I'm saying? Like we don't. I mean, the way he was rapping, the way he was like, yo, running this, shoot the niggas. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so. But hold on, this is the thing. He probably was a real nigga. I'm pretty sure he was. You know what I'm saying? There's real niggas that vouch for DMX. You feel me? He went to jail 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the thing right there. That was, if you go to jail, that was like the public. I guess rite of passage of being, you know what I mean, some sort of type of gangster realness, whatever. Hold on. But the clout chasing part, right? Nowadays, people want to live up to that shit so much that they are getting themselves indicted through their lyrics. Let's talk about Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda. All right. Caught about a week ago.
All right. Hot nigga, right? Hottest song in the fucking world for the time period it was, right? Everybody dancing, we doing Shmurda dancing.
15? 14, 15, 16.
Yeah, shit like that, right? What happens to Bobby Shmurda? He just got out. Home. He just got out and he can't even do much right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's still confined.
He gonna be in Summer Jam though.
But I also feel like with the Bobby Shmurda, I feel like if you was to ask him, would he like, if he was able to go back and redo it, he would probably say he would do it all over again.
And I don't want people to think that I'm thinking that he was clout chasing. What he was just doing was he was speaking his truth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a different it's different now because I just used him as an example because he was the first person that really got like indicted for like lyrics here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's changed. Now we look at it like Pooh Shiesty and like even King Von. You know what I'm saying? Like King Von's talking about bodies that he got. And nowadays, honestly, just the complexion of everything has changed because now it's not about how much money you getting. It's not about how many bitches you fucking. It's not about none of that. It's about now it's about how many bodies you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, you rapping about this, you rapping about that. Well, what's up? What you really doing? How you doing it? Now niggas is talking about the bodies that they getting, right? Now niggas is talking, and then they indicting themselves and they're going to fucking jail for it. Didn't I might be wrong, but didn't the law just passed about like you can get like what you say in your lyrics can actually get you? I don't know, but we gotta look into that. I think if I'm not mistaken, that was just like a law that passed.
But I also feel like
interviews that you say, things that you say in interviews
can
to like
incriminate you. Yeah. But I also feel like I feel like with rappers nowadays, I feel like they're so pressed to prove themselves. And I feel like they also feel like they won't be taken seriously if they don't prove themselves.
Exactly.
To the point that they're like now purposely doing stupid shit.
Clout chasing. Now they're clout chasing more than ever.
Like the one rapper that was seen throwing some dude out of a moving car. It's like you are a known rapper, and you know that like you have fans. If you step out on the street, somebody gonna know who you are, and now you're doing things publicly,
right? You're more inclined to do it.
Knowing damn well,
right,
it's easy for you to get caught, but yet you still do it.
But I feel like that's just stupid nigga shit though.
But back in the day, if a nigga get thrown out of the cars because look, this is the feeling at this point in time. This is really what's about to happen. Like I'm about to throw you out this fucking car because you need to get thrown the fuck out the car. It's not I'm about to throw you out this car because hold up, you know what? This might be great for the world to see.
Well, people want to remain relevant, right?
Yeah.
And then I think the fact that that's what has attributed to clout chasing, because it's just like you understand that the attention span that you can hold on social media is that fast, right? So like you want to constantly be creating something crazy that will go viral. Everybody wants to go viral, and you know what I mean? That obsession is crazy.
Exactly.
That is true, and I also feel like people do want to go viral, but also I feel like they're so pressed to be noticed, to be seen, to be in the light, that they don't care about whether or not like
they don't care about the consequences
because they don't want to be. Because I feel like kids nowadays, they don't want to be a one-hit wonder. They feel like they gotta do more than just like okay, I put out something. They have to live through
their videos and their clips
they have
more
to
than their music or anything else.
Exactly, because if they're just putting out. Because the music industry, you could put out a song one day, you could be hot for a moment, and then the next moment you're no longer hot. Someone else done stepped in. Right. So for them, it's like, okay, I could put out this music, but what else am I putting out into the world? What other content and things
in between?
Yeah,
right. I put up a live of me doing some wild shit that lives forever.
That lives forever.
You're right.
People will talk about more of the wild shit that I did than my music,
and I'll become a meme.
Yes,
right, exactly.
Becoming a meme is a big thing. People love to become memes.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I do agree. I just feel like what like the more and more like because you're saying that it's clout chasing is more in society right now.
It's definitely more relevant now. It's definitely a thing now more than ever.
And what do you think that like you just think that it was just this? I don't think it was just the social media aspect of it though.
Social media just made it a lot more prominent. It just made it a lot more easy to like. It's just made it more. You know what I mean? The accessibility of things is just different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I also feel like they're trying to also gain the respect of the older generation,
right? Because
especially like I have seen countless of interviews with older rappers saying that these young cats are not really rapping about nothing because they never lived, they never had any experience. So I feel like in order to gain that respect from the OG, because at the end of the day, like if OG say they respect you, that means more to you than what your fans have to say. If a cat that you used to grow up listening to say, yo, I respect your music.
Styles and Jada be like, yo, I respect it.
I don't know, because a lot of these young dudes,
half
of them they barely know the lyrics of the older rappers' music.
No,
right?
but if they're truly,
so do they really care about the respect from these older dudes? I don't really think so.
Because if you're truly,
I think they care about being relevant.
Yes, but if you're truly about your craft, you as a chef, if you're truly about your craft, you have other chefs that came before you that you look up to because you wanted to aspire to be like them. Same thing as these rappers. Like they grow up knowing they want to become a rapper, so they're looking at the ones that came before them and see what they did to get to the spot that they are. So they're gonna know these older lyrics, these older rappers.
They're not getting recognized for throwing people out the car though from the older rappers. That's just not happening.
I see where both of y'all coming from. I actually agree. I do agree with both of y'all in a way.
That's like Nas being like, "Yo, that shit was dope."
But just like
Nas would never say some shit like that.
No, I understand that. It's not the fact that they threw somebody out the car. But now that they have thrown somebody out the car, they're gonna want to put it in their lyrics and make it into a hot hit, like Bobby Shmurda. Like he did what he did. It creates
content for them.
But I ain't never heard Nan, one of the top rappers from back in the day, say Bobby Shmurda is on my list. Sorry, never heard him say that. Who y'all heard one of them say that? Y'all heard Nas say that? Y'all heard Jay say that? Y'all heard
but
50
at the same
say
time,
that?
He does get the respect, but he gets respect for different things. He gets respect for taking that time, not snitching and shit like that, which is like street politics and a whole nother realm of things. Where it's just like
his rap.
He doesn't get respect from the music part. He gets respect from the person part.
But also, he doesn't have. I feel like he doesn't have enough music
to give respect, to be respected.
That's facts, Sophie. That's fact. No, oops, my wrong one.
Because
I did a one for me.
Because the
hold on. For me, it's starting to seep in. Yes. So,
but yeah. So like I was saying, for Bobby Shmurda, he became very known and popular. He got noticed for that song, but that's the song that got him locked up.
Right.
So he hasn't had the time to put out hits after hits after hits after hits to get noticed. I don't think he will. But he got locked up.
I don't think he will.
There was a big gap between.
Well, Bobby Shmurda will be Bobby Shmurda forever because of the person.
No.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Listen. Okay. This the whole. It doubles back to us saying that social media it develops these mini icons no matter how or what you do.
But look at so people ask right now, like, yo, who with rappers, right? Was Pac a better lyrical rapper, or was he a rapper that had the culture?
Okay, listen, Pac is my favorite rapper of all time. Pac is my favorite rapper of all time. Right? Mm-hmm. Lyrically, Biggie is better.
Okay.
Biggie is better lyrically, right? Mm-hmm. However, Pac, the person, the lyrics that he's speaking, the person that it's coming from, makes the lyrics count way more than they would.
Okay.
With anybody else, it's coming from a person who first of all we know he's in tune with the streets, but you know what he stands for.
Yeah.
You know what he stands for so much to the point where when you hear those lyrics, it doesn't matter what the fuck he says. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? As long as they on beat and they rhyme a little bit, them shits is heavy.
I mean,
count.
I would say he kind of clout chased right after he got shot in Quad Studios, right? And remember how much limelight he got. So he used that time.
You gotta look at Sean real quick. And I'm sorry, that's your camera.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So
that's your camera over there.
Which one?
The last one. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, he used that time being in the limelight, right?
Yeah.
In order to create hype around him.
Yeah.
Right. He clout chased for a little bit.
Hold on.
Off of being shot. He did.
Hold
Sorry,
on.
he did.
There's opportunities that we have to take advantage of
did.
as well. We know that we have to take advantage of.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's things that you do.
Yeah.
There's is that clout chasing? Is that clout chasing?
Was clout chasing at the time for back then. Yeah.
He got hold on. After he got shot. Hold on. Wait a minute.
He would have been on live in the ambulance.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. He would have been live in the ambulance.
Hold on. Let me tell you something. If I get shot tomorrow, today, next week, next month, God forbid, right? I don't give a fuck what I like. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say. I'm like, come on, I just got shot. I could have died. It doesn't matter what I do at that point. That's not clout chasing. This is me speaking my truth. This is me speaking how I feel. This is me taking the opportunity of being alive to speak about me being shot or whatever the case is, to just go about it the way I go about it.
But if
if
you're adding it to social media,
what was back in the day?
But we don't. That's the thing. We didn't have that. Social media was Channel 4, Channel 5 News.
So exactly. So what was
UPN?
What do you mean?
My thing is,
he thought Biggie shot him. He thought Biggie had to do something with.
But are the young kids not doing that? But it's just because it's on social media, so it's different.
Yeah,
the young kids are definitely doing that.
But
like you
thought Biggie got him shot.
But kids,
so he said, "Yo, fuck you,
kids nowadays are not doing it for that same reason. Back in the day, they used to do it because I actually had a beef with you. That's
exactly.
There was no real beef before he got shot in Quad Studios. There was no real beef between them two.
Biggie dropped Muchacha. That's not what is that?
That was
after. No, I know. Actually, Biggie made it before.
Okay, but the whole thing is.
Don't get me wrong. It dropped
before
after.
it dropped. But the whole thing.
But the whole thing is what?
Shout out to Diddy. Shout out to Diddy because Diddy. I mean, he had the smarts. I'ma drop it now. The nigga got shot. Diddy knew what he was
garner what? I'm gonna get fucking attention, right?
Let's look at it right now. Look at Diddy. I don't know how he making his money because it ain't do music.
Well, Diddy's
a mogul. Yeah, but before
at this point, Diddy has his streams of income.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
He became big off of other people's money.
But let's keep it a buck, right? Before Ciroc, there was a good 10 to 15 year span where there was no music coming out of Bad Boy. Mm-hmm. But Diddy was still
jerking the fuck out of his artist though.
But how you gonna jerk? I understand they made hits in the 90s, but from let's say 99 to
No, Dalan.
Can I say something that y'all missing? Can I make a point that y'all missing?
Making the band.
Yeah. Our artist is way more valuable dead than alive.
No, you're correct. You're correct. He was making that residual income. Yes, I understand that.
Diddy has Biggie at this point.
That income is coming.
All the souls that we were talking about.
Of course.
People who passed away.
All I'm saying is, he did all that, but I still feel like Diddy was because. Biggie is one thing, right? Biggie,
Biggie's more than one thing.
Let's just say Biggie's like a good 10 mil, right? 10 mil.
Diddy is an unlimited. Biggie is an unlimited amount of income forever.
That's coming in, right? Yeah. But then after Biggie, because you still got a payroll. And you're living a lifestyle of like, whatever Diddy was doing besides the music, I need to know. Okay. Because before Ciroc, because it was just the music that we knew of. So I need to know in that 10-year span, what did he do?
He was the TV shows, clout behind the scenes. So now, with that being said, do you think clout chasing will end?
I'm just gonna like put it for myself. This is not towards you.
Real simple. It says wrap it up.
Right now, I'm gonna wrap myself up.
But that's why I went with that. That's why I went with that.
Yeah.
I saw it in your eyes.
Because I'm just going. Because
Yeah,
there be times I be feeling like I'm making a
I feel
point.
his energy.
I feel like I'm making a point, and I know that point is probably not hitting the way that I thought it was hitting in my head.
It's the granddaddy perp. It's the granddaddy perp. It's all good, baby. It's all good, boy.
Again, this is my I'm just gonna go with another disclaimer. This is only my second time taking an edible. So
and he doesn't smoke.
And I don't smoke.
Right.
All I smoke is hookah, sometimes cigars, but I'm feeling nice.
Grooving.
So when there's times when you see me,
what I said they're going. It's for a different matrix of their mind. Their mind is going. They're gonna open up a pocket that was never open before.
They're
gonna unzip some shit that was never open before. They're gonna go up in that motherfucker. They going.
So all I'm saying
on the floor, like
if y'all watching and y'all see me going off, like just leave in the comments like, bruh, don't take an edible again. Or if you want me to take an edible again,
and you guys own the edible company.
Let us know.
Just let us know.
Listen, if y'all were true the new normal followers, y'all would know that we do shout out black-owned businesses. So if you do own an edible company, and you want us to try it out, listen, we'll give it all to Ian.
Whoa. She said, okay. I was about to say, she said, we gonna give it to Ian.
No.
He ain't gonna be the guinea pig?
But yes.
So this is what she's trying to make. Hold on. This is what she's trying to make me become again.
That's just my baby daddy.
I'm not trying to have no more babies.
Listen,
I have
baby daddy in the
one.
world.
I have one.
he gonna be a whole Nick Cannon out here.
I'ma just be laying I'm just be dropping bombs inside of people.
oh my god.
Okay, but in saying that, we're saying
Sex off
that
an edible is lit.
we legit.
Bruh.
Yo, these drops right now.
But as I was saying, but if y'all do own an edible company and you guys want to be shouted out, we are here to use our platform to help you guys grow. Because as y'all grow, we grow.
She's repeating this because she really wants some edibles.
She just wants some damn edibles.
She wants some fucking edibles.
Oh yeah,
some Rice Krispie treats.
She's like, no, y'all ain't hear me before
Some
they
Rice
heard you.
Krispie treats, some cookies, some brownies.
No, but seriously,
I want
though,
the Jolly Rancher.
can y'all answer my question? Do you think clout chasing is gonna end?
Hell no. As long as social media is alive, no,
but I don't
we're
think
too far gone.
I don't even think it's the social media aspect of it. I feel like
It's a huge aspect of it, though.
I feel like
I think it's the biggest aspect.
Nah, but let me give you a picture real quick, right? Let's look at movies right now. Movies, TV shows.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's a good one. So, because that's the reason why the world is
in the 90s, right? You had let's talk about our favorite ones.
Okay.
We got I was talking about TV shows, but you got
TV shows.
movies.
Yeah,
but
let's talk about
But TV shows wise, right? We have one of our favorites, Living Single, right? We had Martin,
Different World.
we had Different World. We had a bunch. We had a bunch of those different Cosby's, all these different TV shows. And what did that TV show represent, right? They represent a struggle. Like, even though, you look at Martin, I don't even really like the Martin show. Yeah, I can crucify. I'm not the biggest fan.
I think he did tell us
not
this
get
before.
into it.
Yeah, we're not going in.
Martin was
I'm not the biggest. It's just nah.
No,
we'll talk about
we
that
gotta talk
later.
about this. It's after dark. Was it after dark? We gotta talk about it.
This is when we said Martin or the Jamie Foxx show, and then he said.
But
Jamie
yeah,
Foxx.
okay. So
Oh,
go with your point.
Damn.
But even with Martin, right? Even with Martin was a radio talk show host, right? But he was living check to check.
Yeah, in an apartment.
So that showed you the struggle. He wasn't flamboyant. Like, he ain't have everything, right? You look at,
He did have all the Jordans though.
Yeah, that's because that's black people shit.
Marlon was lit.
He was lit, but like,
He
let's
had the
be
Biggies
real.
and the Method Man's coming on the show and
But
shit like that.
he wasn't driving no Benz.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. He had Biggie on the show too.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Biggie,
Yeah,
just
oh,
a
yeah.
Biggie Method Man, you know.
Yeah.
He had a lot of.
He
He
had a
broke a
lot-
lot of people too.
But he ain't had him. He wasn't living in a luxury apartment.
He was in
He
his
was very
apartment.
regular.
Right. Sinead was across the fucking
Exactly.
Bro man for the fifth floor, all
that. Hustle Man, everybody was there.
You could tell by his neighbors that they made it seem like even though his apartment may not look like he lived in
It wasn't raggedy.
It was in the hood.
Yeah.
You could tell from the surroundings that he was living in the hood.
Yeah, he was in Detroit.
Well, yeah.
but
he was in a
I'm
project
not saying
building.
Detroit is the.
No, but
I'm just saying
how
the way.
did you know,
the way they
how did you know
portrayed
he was in
it,
a project building? Because of how his neighbors.
Project, bro, I didn't know he was in a project
He was
building.
in a project building. You don't
But-
remember looking at the outside of the building?
That
when they
looked like
put
just
the
a regular building.
No,
But also, you knew that you also knew that he was in the hood because of how his neighbors acted.
Yo.
How Shanae was extra ratchet. How Broman was
Broman
just come
was
through
just
the
climbing
window,
shit.
and
Yeah,
then you
making
got
sandwiches.
Hustle Man coming up with
coming
that.
with the chickens, like. So you knew exactly that he was in the hood from his surroundings
y'all
and
funny as fuck, yo.
how they made the surroundings look like.
Alright, you got that one. You got that one.
Yeah.
But you saw the struggle, right?
Yes.
You saw the
Okay,
struggles
okay.
even in the Cosby show. Mommy a lawyer, daddy a doctor. You still saw the struggle, right? You look at these, I mean, I'm not a fan of Tyler Perry, but you look at a lot of these shows now, they're not based in no hood. Like I was watching, and I don't know if y'all watched The Shot, right?
All right, I watched the shot. Shot's a little. It got a little weird, but
This season is I don't just throw the season away.
Yeah.
But I watched The Shot, right? The first season in The Shot, them niggas was in the hood.
Right.
This season, them niggas is out the hood. But you're
don't
supposed to
see-
be The Shot. This is supposed to be knit and gritty. So, and there was
Right.
no
wasn't like
come
fire.
up like there was no come up for anybody right now. Let's be real.
So it just
no one
progressed out of nowhere.
They just progressed out of nowhere. They're like,
And-
okay, we don't need to live here. We don't need to live here.
Well, with the shy, a lot of weird shit had to happen because the characters that we've come to know, people left the show. There was that whole
But
thing.
what I'm trying to get at, if you look at all the shows that you watch right now, that we watch right now, right? You look at 95% of the Tyler Perry shows. Everybody's a doctor, a lawyer, a this, a that, and they living in a luxury fucking home.
But they ratchet.
Okay, so what are you getting at exactly? As far
So what
as
I'm getting at is
I'm thinking about that.
so what I'm getting at is
with the dude, he was like, I like my prostate tickled.
come on, like this thing.
Oh no, it was the Tyler Perry. It was one of the Tyler Perry shows.
Sisters or something?
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna keep it real. I don't watch the Tyler Perry.
I don't
show.
either.
I don't watch
I don't
it
watch
either.
it.
But
I've
it
seen
goes
this
into
clip.
No disrespect,
what what he was saying, that like the shows nowadays you don't see a struggle,
Right.
Like you just see that they're at this place, but you don't see like
Right, but he's
where
about to
they
get-
came from.
But with,
so yeah,
but
that's what I'm
point
getting at.
is-
Like my point is like you don't see the struggle. So in TV you don't see a struggle. In life you don't see a struggle. Social media you don't see a struggle.
Right.
Everybody
So many highlights, no low lights.
Yeah. And even quote, look at New York right now, right? You can go Brooklyn, Queens. You can see the regentrifications of that whole area.
Right.
You can see
it's
Not
gentrified.
only in
Regentrified,
in North
yeah.
Jersey, also North, East Orange, like
Jersey
Irvington,
City.
Yeah.
Philly,
Jersey City,
yo.
Hoboken.
Yeah,
Jersey
Philly's
City is happening
If
crazy.
you've been, I don't know, y'all wasn't going.
I went to Philly.
I haven't been to Philly lately, so.
But if you was in Philly, like I was in Philly, 2003, right? 2003.
You old as hell. This
I
nigga
was
sounds
up
on
in-
2003.
I'm happy.
I was out in Philly.
Yeah, I was
the only one saying
13. What?
Whatever, y'all. Like,
got
y'all
time.
niggas.
No. I'm just saying that's what they said.
AARP.
Like,
She don't act like
she gonna act like because she only a few years younger than me. Like, everybody's only a few years younger
If
than
you
me.
would have
That's
said
it.
like 2013, I would have been like, oh yeah,
Ian
I
was
feel you.
already walking,
Baskin, let's not-
talking, and going to school when I was born.
Don't do
So
that.
But nobody
He
could
was.
tell he was walking.
Wait. Again, you act like. See, the thing about it is, like, they act like they so young right now. They're like, there's all 30-year-olds except for one person.
Oh.
And that's not the one person that's talking right now.
How old are you? I just turned 30.
I'm in my 20s.
Me too. Like, I just turned 30.
You're 29.
I'm in my 20s. Hold up. I'm in my 20s.
For like,
I'm in my 20s.
You got like another 3 weeks.
I'm in my 20s, yeah?
It's how he said, hold up, though.
Hey.
He said, hold up. I'm in my 20s. Are you
still
not
here.
gonna
I feel it though.
I'm
You
in my
want to
20s.
hold on it until as long as you
Well,
can.
my thing is this, though. I mean, it's
Listen,
a matter of how
I
you
started
act.
this year in my 20s.
Hold up. There's
I started
people who
this year in my
act way
20s.
older than their age anyway.
Exactly.
And now there's a couple people in here, maybe one for sure, who acts. Shot caller? Yo. Chill.
I need to put the gun that
Why
way.
you gassing me, though? Why you gassing me? Hey, yo. Oh, shit.
Damn!
You try-
Empty the clip. You empty the clip.
Yo, that couple clips.
Damn. Party done.
Had to make sure you empty out the clip.
Okay, yo, you was completely off topic. Completely off topic.
Yeah, we have
You done
it's
killed
the
me on
edibles.
social media. You killed me on social media. I'm dead.
Blame it on the.
Yo, y'all better put my funeral on social media too. What's up?
Alright, to wrap this up.
Yeah. Let me go to the.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Yes, to wrap it up, I feel like her question was great. How do you think? Well, do you think?
We didn't even talk about power.
We know. Yeah. Okay.
We didn't even talk about power.
We can.
Can we talk about power real quick before we wrap it? Before we really kill the whole convo?
But what about power? What about power exactly?
Power.
Greatest show
So,
ever.
it is the greatest show ever. Shout out to 50.
It was
Shout out to the whole
the
cast.
greatest black made show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely the
Round of
greatest.
applause.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
the
definitely
greatest
like,
black made show. I
And
will
then
say that.
and the second one is
Insecure.
The Wire.
Oh,
The Wire was crazy.
Wire.
Now let's talk about that, right? There's a lot of
comparison
similarities,
and
but the whole thing is
It's a whole-
So my thing is this, right?
It's a time that is a time capsule that that was my like freshman year of college. Wire. I'm just gonna say that.
mind
That was-
you,
So it's like this, right?
I never knew about The Wire.
So the Wire came out. The Wire came out before the age of social media,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it was a bit. I don't want to say it was less effective, but put it this way: a show like Power coming out in the age of social media is definitely more effective.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
But
So,
Wire
because the whole
was
thing is-
teaching niggas how to really like.
Well, the Wire was different. Well, the Wire was different because also like the Wire was showing the whole introduction of like, you know, getting rid of your cell phones and shit like that, and like people already tapping into the actual wire of things.
The sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that
You see
shit
how
up.
they
wasn't-
conspiring
That
against you?
wasn't for you. Like she told me to do that, so I was trying to figure out why. But
Cause we're not here to talk about The Wire.
No, because because we just
Well, can you
skipped
make
over.
this
We're
very
skipping over.
pithy?
We're skipping over
do
a
you know
whole.
what
We're
pithy
skipping over an important part of
Do
this
you know
whole
what
thing.
pithy means?
What?
You know what pithy?
Pithy?
Pithy.
Pithy?
P-I-T-H-Y.
Tell the world what pithy means.
It means to sum it up, make it short and sweet. It's an SAT word, and I'll never forget
That's perfectly fine. You feel me? That's perfectly fine. At the end of the day,
it. Short and concise.
No, I want Ian to go back and watch it. He did it as soon as I looked into the mirror, like into the camera. As soon as I look into the camera, he hit it.
But you know what? That's why they go ahead.
That was easy.
No, we are okay.
But yeah,
She's just mad because I called her out for acting.
I have an old soul. I claim
Yeah,
it.
you do.
I'm very cool with that.
That's fine. Yeah.
You know. So anybody over,
That's why I gotta like, you know what I
The
mean?
age
Sucking my
of-
youth away. I gotta get away sometimes. Like,
Yeah,
all right. Anyway,
I need like old men meat.
so
that's exactly what. Yeah.
I'll put it like this right now.
That's why you do it.
You know, if anybody's around like 45,
No, not
but
that
like
old. Not that old.
hold on.
Let me help
Let me
you
help
out.
you out. Let me
Hey, yo,
get
look, if
you.
you 50 and over, You got
45, but you gotta be an old 45.
You gotta be like, what is
You gotta be an old 45. Yeah, nigga.
You know what you can do?
Braids.
Exactly.
Gotta have some braids showing. You know what I'm saying?
You need that. You need that.
Make sure you have some braids. Make sure you drove a Cadillac.
Cadillac was a Volvo.
Make sure you drove the motherfucking 6'4" or something.
Cut it out. This is not nice. This is not nice.
Okay, but all she looking for is
she may want a sugar daddy, but
I'm really not looking for that.
There it is.
But I can't
Sugar
help
daddy.
but to dance.
Not baby daddy. Sugar daddy.
let's skip it up.
Anyway.
oh no,
That's my sugar daddy.
No. So I heard the perfect song today. That's perfect for her. It's a remake of the Lion King song. So it went like this.
Okay.
I need a sugar daddy to come pay my bills. Please pay my bills.
Wow.
I need a sugar daddy to come pay all of my bills. Please pay my bills.
And the crowd goes wild.
Listen, but they out there though. They about to flood in.
You know what?
They about to flood in this motherfucker. You heard? They about to flood in this motherfucker. Y'all sugar daddies, man. Y'all niggas be in them clubhouse rooms, cash apping the baddies and shit. Yeah,
we got a new one. Cash app, food bag.
That's it. Cash app, food bag.
It's
Nail polish.
It's really $sign goddess in real life.
$sign goddess.
That's it. Cash app, food bag.
Go ahead. Send y'all donations.
Got us in real life.
Send y'all donations in.
But if y'all really want to help, Cash app, the new normal,
Yes.
that's up there.
Yeah,
Right.
cash up that first.
Right.
And then
But yeah. Well, get your money first.
It's a birthday.
we'll share with y'all anyway.
Birthday. It's a new day. You know what I'm
But
saying?
yes, we completely
Way to make
went
money out here.
Yeah,
way off the topic.
You know
this
my
is the topic. This is where we are.
We're gonna just blame it on the edible. Blame it on the goose, but we're blaming on the edible right now.
Yes.
Got me feeling loose.
Let's just wrap this up.
Blame it on the edible.
All right. Yeah. No. This
So
is
anyway,
what
I'm gonna make my point again.
Yes.
We're gonna go back to that.
And no, we got to end it with your point.
Yes,
That's fine.
Sure,
That's perfectly fine.
Go ahead.
That's perfectly fine.
It's your time now.
Okay, so back in the day, people there weren't too many visuals for people to go off of besides like The Wire and things like that, right? So it was all lyrics. It was all rap lyrics. All rap lyrics that we didn't know whether were true or not. So it's all imaginative, right? So everybody wanted to be what they were hearing. Now, everybody wants to be what they are seeing. There was never, ever a show like Power. Even The Wire wasn't like Power. Power is different, right? Power is very different. Power can inspire you to do some shit that you probably never wanted to do in your life. Never thought about doing. You feel me? Power is the greatest show on earth right now. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's because it's still going. Power is influencing people more than ever in this age of life. In this, what's crazy? The nigga Hassan Campbell. Are y'all familiar with Hassan Campbell? You know Hassan Campbell, right? I don't know if this is true or not, but he actually made a point. He said, he was calling 50 out as being like an informant for the government to carry out their plans. And he said that ever since that whole episode with Tariq killing his father, they said that there was actually a spike in real life of kids who killed their father, killed their dads. Yeah, that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. We got to look that up. We got to look that up and whatever.
That's probably true because life often imitates art.
Right. Exactly.
So.
Life imitates art. Exactly.
But
so the things that we're
I
influenced
feel
by.
like in his instant, it's just that art was imitating
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know what 50 was doing.
Art was imitating life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people.
No.
It wasn't.
No, it was-
Art.
saying
Life was
is-
imitating
at
art
this
because he was
point- at this
looking at
point-
it from that to
At
that.
this point, the show was pretty much. You know how they say like certain artists.
Influencing.
It was influencing, but you know how they say certain artists say things that people think but don't say. It was a show showing people to do things that they don't want to do or they wouldn't do, right? And it was showing them how to do it.
Or things that they fantasize
doing,
that, but they didn't do, but they really do
but
want to do.
want to do.
No, I think TV romanticizes things
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Yeah,
you know what I
100%.
mean, because it doesn't show you the real
Definitely,
consequences of what really happens when you actually really
Exactly.
do something like that.
Yeah,
Exactly,
'cause-
exactly. Because you're getting away with
Cause
killing a whole bunch
Ghost-
of motherfuckers and you're not
but-
getting caught. You thinking
Yeah, because Ghost would have been locked up years ago.
plenty of times. Like there was a lot of hot boy shit that
it's also a TV
him
show.
and Tommy did some hot boy shit. Tommy more so than ever. Tommy was just fucking hot. Now, but the whole thing is, we look at Tommy as like, yo, Tommy is that nigga. Tommy was the rider. Like, if
But
you,
that was the main purpose, and I feel
Right.
like at the same time we just gotta also look at it. It's for entertainment wise anyway.
Right.
It wasn't meant to be real life.
right. But,
Yeah,
but
but-
people are not looking at it that way. And
I feel like also, even though you said that, I feel like compared to The Wire, even though The Wire was just for entertainment, but The Wire was way more real life than
Right.
Power was.
right,
But yeah,
right,
because
exactly.
The Wire, but like it goes back to my
basically
point.
based, you know.
Yeah, it goes back to my point. What I was saying before, what The Wire was real life. The Wire was, you know, yeah, it was they. People don't know this, but they used to go to the malls to pick up the extras for The Wire.
Yeah.
Like they.
No, I remember that.
There was real Baltimore motherfuckers that
Yeah, it wasn't just like, you know, actors and no, they went and did auditions and things like that at the mall and stuff like that. So what I'm getting at is like The Wire, it went down to the nit and gritty, and what Power is. The Wire was realistic. The Power is fantasy. So you look at it like, you know, Batman and Superman. Batman's more realistic than Superman. You know, so it's just there's still comic book people, characters, but one's a regular human. He just got a couple of gadgets, and one's a fucking alien that fell out of the sky.
Yeah.
So it's like, which one are you gonna take? And like, The Wire is Batman. Power is Superman. That's it.
Power was based off of
Are you
a
saying
book.
it's a lot of clout in Power?
Do you guys not know? Do you guys
Power
not
was based
understand
off.
But yeah, but I agree with what
But The
he's saying,
Wire
the
was
way
based
it's
off
viewed.
of fucking Baltimore.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
Baltimore.
Power is based off of a book.
Baltimore.
Y'all don't know.
Yeah,
but y'all don't understand.
Baltimore.
I don't think But what I'm saying is, Power is based off of a book that is out there that a lot of people have access to.
Yeah.
Whether they've read it or not,
I'm
I'm not going to say what the book is. I'm not going to say it's very self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure y'all would know.
But listen, but what is, even if it's based off of a book, it's one is based off of fiction, the other one is
It's not
based off of
fiction.
non-fiction.
That's the thing. It's not fiction. This is a self-help book that is based off
I
of.
understand, you know,
But it
for
wasn't
all
based on the
the
actual
for all the
story.
drug dealers
Based off
out
of-
there, they know what book to read.
Right.
But
I'm not
what
gonna
I'm
go
saying,
out there and tell them
we're
to
not gonna. We don't need
because I'm
to
gonna
do
keep it
that.
real with you. Like that book, if it gets in the wrong hands, it can cause destruction.
we understand, but what we're saying with Power is, you know, Power is more fantasy than Wire because that's what was going on in Baltimore at that time.
Right.
Power is
But it's not portrayed as fantasy.
It's not portrayed as fantasy,
It's
but,
not portrayed
but
as
let's
fantasy
be
at
real.
all.
We can't-
It's
There's
portrayed
not
because
the way that
because
Power was moving. It would not happen like that in real
But the
life.
whole thing about it
So
is
that
this.
is fantasy. That's what makes it a
That's the
fantasy.
thing. No, there's a big difference between the comics and shit like that, and then Power. The comics, we know that we can't fucking fly off of a roof and fly.
But in
Go ahead, you got what's about them?
wow,
Tell the girl.
I didn't even know what was happening.
We're gonna cut
All right,
that
we
snippet
gonna,
out.
you know what? To be continued.
To
I
be
guess. I don't
continued.
know.
All right, we can
I
do
don't
it.
know. I
We
mean,
can do that. I can cut it out.
All right, bet.
No, go ahead. Are you gonna wrap it up?
No, we said
I'm
to be
speaking my
continued.
shit. What you talking about? I'm saying
All
I'm saying what I'm
Well,
saying.
We
You
can
don't
do
gotta be a
that.
part of it. You don't want to be.
This part could be like the part 2, but
Just you climbing. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you're gonna. Alright, so I feel like because this is a whole new topic right now. Power versus. Matter
You know
of fact,
what? That could be a topic.
that's next week. Power versus the
Wire.
Power versus life.
Power versus the Wire.
Power versus the Wire.
Yes, because the Wire is more real life than Power. That's why we're arguing.
So we're gonna argue that.
So
we're gonna argue that for the people.
I got a lot of shit for
Listen,
y'all.
Team The Wire. I'm Team The Wire.
Team Wire right
I'm
here.
Team The Wire.
Okay, I'm Team Power.
Okay,
I love Power too, but
I'm
it's
Team
Team
Power
Wire.
just
So
because
for next week, that's what your homework is for next week. You bring up your facts and information about Power and why you feel like it's
And we
more.
gonna bring up ours.
And then we're gonna bring up The Wire.
And you know we're gonna come to the table and we're gonna discuss this. So please listen to that next week.
Next
So
week's gonna be good.
it's gonna be good. So this week, we're gonna wrap it up for a little bit real quick.
Yes,
and
please don't forget to follow us on every social media platform. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. If you go to our Instagram at The New Normal, that's at TheeNU Normal on Instagram. If you go to the link on our page, you will see our individual Instagrams link. You will see our YouTube link. You will see our Anchor link. So Anchor would link you to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any other streaming services, and then you will see our Twitter link. We're also on Twitter, y'all. So please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like, comment,
yes, please,
subscribe, and
please,
share. Please, y'all. We're just trying to grow. We're trying to be black and beautiful and growing.
We're trying to do our thing. So with that being said, thank you for listening. And
This is the New Normal Podcast.
Yeah.
And good night.